And welcome back to Property Palz. My name is Ben.
My name is Marcus.
We are so happy to be back for the podcast.
Ben, is it number 26?
26. Gosh, time flies when you're looking at beautiful properties.
I know,
and
Ben.
We have 5 absolutely pearlers today, don't we, Marcus?
They're belters. And Ben, why are they belters?
Because they're just good properties.
All right, well, should we get into
Let's
it?
just jump into it. Now,
Oh, wait. Did the RBA keep the interest rate the
they
same?
did actually. Good point that the RBA has kept the cash
Cash
rate
rate.
flat.
Yep.
Hasn't gone up.
No.
Hasn't gone down.
4.1, I think.
4.1, that's right, the cash rate. So, you know, your home loan's still probably above 5%, but you just tell me to hurry on.
Tell me to hurry up.
Anyway, we've got 5 good properties. Let's just jump into it. So, Marcus, I have number 5. I have taken you to Flemington.
Now, Ben, where is Flemington?
Well, it's in the west.
Yep.
It's in a west.
Is West best?
West is best in this case, and property is located at 41 Railway Place West, Flemington. It is a 2-bed, 1 bath, 1 car townhouse. Auction quoted price range between $760,000 to $830,000. Now, when you hear that price range, does it tickle your fancy?
It tickles my fancy. It definitely does.
Now,
First home
of course,
buyers.
Now it is a high price for a first home buyer. I do admit that, but you know, median house price in Melbourne is above $1 million now. So for some people, this is very attractive, and I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. So, but before we jump into about more the property, it last sold for $660,000 in 2011.
Oh wow! Ben.
Now quoted for $760,000 to $830,000. So over how many years? 12 years. That's 25% appreciation.
Not as much as you want.
It's not huge, is it? It's only 2% each year, and that would be below what inflation would have been over the past 10, 12 years.
Do you think it's because it's a bit of a niche property?
That could be the point. It's also very, very close to the train line.
How close?
Like,
I'm looking
talking
right here on
about
Street View. I'm talking about 8 metres.
Well, maybe, come on, maybe double that, 16 metres or so.
Oh, God, good golly.
But and this will be interesting for us to delve into.
I like to dive into it.
Now, interestingly, on Domain, when you actually go into Domain, which is one of the websites, it gives you an estimated price range, and the right bang in the middle of it is $1 million. So will this sell for above that quote range? I guess you'll have to attend the auction to find out. Now, this is part of a 2 townhouse development. One is on the corner. We'll pop up a photo right here. It's the smaller one on the southern corner. This one's like a triangle shape. So it's a little bit of an odd shaped block. It's about 90 square metres. So when you look at that quote range, that's below $10,000 a square metre on land, general residential zone. So on land, that's a fairly big amount. But it is a very small piece of land.
And when you have a small piece of land or even a small apartment, you'll see the rate go up.
That's right.
Generally.
So generally speaking, townhouses or houses on smaller the land, the rate will go up just because it's a smaller amount of quantum of dollars, so there's more potential buyers, a bit of supply and demand for you. But in terms of these interior photos, Marcus, it's beautiful interiors. The exteriors are okay, I guess. You are set amongst the gum trees. Can
I ask one question, Ben?
You can, jump in.
You've got 1 bathroom, 2 powder rooms. Your main bedroom doesn't have a walk-in bathroom, or doesn't have an ensuite, sorry. And it's a very unique shape with a small window.
It's a good point. We'll pop up the floor plans here, Marcus. 2-level townhouse. The ground floor has the master bedroom. And you're right, it doesn't have an ensuite. It's kind of got, but really when you look at that walkway leading to the main bedroom, the bathroom's on one side, the powder room or your toilet's on the other, otherwise known as the dunny. That kind of is exclusively for the master bedroom. Oh no, you've got the other bedroom there. You're right. So on ground, it's kind of shared. It's a good point, Marcus.
And Ben, having your bedrooms on ground level right next to the train, right next to it, I can see what it would put some people off. However, maybe people think, I'm okay with that, 800K, I want a house, a townhouse, it has enough space, it's got a garage, it's got a nice separate dining and living area. Yeah.
I think too that for some people, and I've got a friend that used to live near a train station, when they bought their new place, it was also near a train station. Some people like that convenience and they don't mind the noise. One thing I do note is, so garage downstairs, only 1 car. Upstairs, that living room area with the powder room, you could actually kind of convert that into another bedroom if you wanted to, which would make it for a family with 2 kids a little bit more suitable, because you do have a slightly large dining area, and that dining area and the master bedroom, that does face north.
It's actually not that big. It's only 3x3, that dining area.
5 by...
yeah,
you're right. Yeah, it's not absolutely massive, But look, and I was a little bit confused. Some of the rooms have a heater in them, some have an air conditioning. So maybe, you know, they're hot and cold, yes and no.
In and out.
In and out, up and down. Overall, look, it's 450 metres to Newmarket Station, Racecourse Road, Macaulay Arden Precinct, which is fast developing. Overall, I think it's pretty good, and that's my number 5. So, Mark, on to number 4.
It's taken a long time, but we love it.
It's a
So,
good
number
property.
4, 2109/199 William Street, Melbourne. Ben, where are we?
Ooh, we're in the CBD, baby.
CBD, 2 bed, 2 bath, 1 car, private sale, 1.65 to 1.72, Ben. So,
Okay.
Now, this is quite a unique one, and there's not much data online about it. In fact, RP data said it was 69 square metres. I think it's much bigger than that when I look at it. I think it'd be more towards the, and the reason why I say that, the actual living space is 50 square metres, basically.
Yeah, 50. And
So
then,
I think it'd be 80, 85.
Yep, okay. But still,
so-
that's over $10,000 a square metre
And
on internal
it's
area.
$20,000, isn't it?
Wow. Wow, you're right. That's a big schmack of money.
Just,
So if it's 80 square metres, you're right, and it's $1.6 million quoted. Mass, bam, 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 $20,000 a square metre.
That's a lot. And when I say 20K, like, these finishes aren't luxurious by any say. It's a penthouse, though. This is a penthouse. It's on the 21st floor of the William and architecturally designed residential development. I do love the balcony. It is huge. It's massive. But Ben, sometimes is big size not a good thing?
Sometimes bigger isn't better.
Yeah, and in this instance, why isn't bigger better, Ben?
Well, I think what's interesting with this balcony here, and you have very cunningly commented in one of our previous episodes, is
linked
that when you
here.
have a big balcony, what happens to your view?
Yeah, Ben, you tell me.
Oh, I would love to tell you. It kind of blocks out your view a little bit, so you see more of the balcony and less of that X factor view. Another thing too is that you got to spend time cleaning that, and so if you're not cleaning that balcony regularly because of all the wind and stuff,
We've had a bit of experience with a big
we
balcony,
have
Ben.
Physically cleaning a big balcony, and it takes time.
It takes hours. So Ben, when that gaze, you hit the skyline. Sometimes you just want the sky. You don't want the actual pavers. So, how's the layout? I think it's quite good, to be honest.
Yep.
You've got 2 separated bedrooms.
Yep.
Essentially, you've got 2 ensuites.
And 2 north-facing bedrooms too.
Benjamin,
They
you're
both
on
have
fire.
en-suites.
Northwest,
That's right.
you are.
Now that living room though, that's kind of like
Technically,
a
it's
semi-north, but more north. So
That
you're
one,
going to
yeah.
get that hot sun at the end of the day.
Hot, yes. And I like how the actual second bathroom acts as the other ensuite too. So that's pretty niche. The master bedroom comes with the
It's got
stars.
a peekaboo.
Where's
Sorry.
the peekaboo?
Go on, keep going.
All right. The apartment grants access to an array of exclusive resident amenities. I was
Yes.
reading: rooftop swimming pool, gymnasium, library, private area, faces west, like you said, a bit of hot potentially. But overall, I think it's a cool little penthouse. But Ben, the finishes?
Yeah, finishes are okay. It's not like a luxury one
Say
that
that
you might
again.
see in East Melbourne. Sorry, I stumbled over my words because there was so much luxury. But I think you're right, Marcus, is that the key thing about this, penthouse, yes, huge balcony, yes, bit of maintenance requirements there, quite a high square metre rate, depending on how big that internal area is.
Yeah, I think
one
it's pretty
car.
high.
For
One
2
car,
cars.
one car for a penty, Ben. All right, let's move on, Benjamin.
Jump into number 3, and I'm going to take you, Marcus, to St Kilda. Now, this is number 90 Grey Street, St Kilda, unit number 5. It is a private sale. Let me just confirm that. Yes, private sale. Quoted range $770,000 to $810,000. This would count as a townhouse.
Wow.
Or a unit. Oh, I'll get to that in one second.
Can you feel it?
I can feel it. Now, this one here was actually developed over 20 years ago when I was in Google, when I was looking at kind of like the street view, but also too the recent sales. It's got details right back to 2001. But it last sold most recently for $660,000 in April 2017 and $670,000, $10,000 more in May 2015.
What?
Interesting. So during that period, maybe there was, I'm not sure exactly, the market might have changed a little bit. But,
2016, the market was pretty peak then, so...
well, there was a lot of new
April,
apartments being developed and coming to market and being sold, so that might have been the issue. But if this sells to the upper part of the range, I forgot to say 2 bed, 2 bath, 2 car, so $810,000, that's a 22.7% increase over 6 years, so 8% per annum.
Wow.
Not
Not too
crazy
bad.
big, but not too bad, good size.
Good. This one's a unique layout, Ben. When I look at it, I'm like, kind of having a bit of a mind cooker. Because you look at it, it's so narrow. It's literally
super narrow?
3.5.
Oh, you're right. And you know why that is?
Why
There's
is that?
15 units in this development.
It is
So we'll pop up a
crazy.
photo of where I have very artfully, or very with my artistic talent. I've circled where all those townhouses are.
It's amazing. 3.5, they've got a stairwell in a 3.5 and it's over 3 levels.
Hey, when I saw this,
That's
this kind of reminded me,
compact.
it's like New York or even like
China?
European style, loft living. Because you can see in that living room area, it's got a void. So that living room area has sprawling height.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. I'm intrigued. What's the outlook like?
So that's one good comment. Now, you did comment, the outlook on this one, when you go through the photos, you've got a nice wall on one side. You don't have a super
Hey, at least
views.
it's heritage by the looks of it.
The property next door, not 100% sure, maybe like an older house, but one area then you've just got the wall. So your view's not going to be super, but you're in, with that said, location-wise, I'd give this, a lot of ticks because you are in the heart of St Kilda. You're only a stone's throw from Barclay Street and Inkerman Street and, close enough to walk to the beach. So it's a very good location,
Yes.
I think. And St Kilda's a very vibrant area. The Palais Theatre, I think they've just proposed to have more development around that sort of area too, for a new performing area too as well. The building itself, Marcus, I'm not sure what you think about how it looks, the building.
Can I, before we just move to the building, can I
please.
just ask what levels are on, Ben?
It's a ground floor.
So it is definitely ground
Well,
floor.
it's a good point. It's not really a townhouse because from what I can see is your car park, I think it's got a common basement, but then, you're on ground floor, your townhouse. So there would be an owner's corporation. The building itself looks a tiny bit tired. We'll throw up a photo of the front of it.
Looks a little bit dated,
So
just a little bit.
When you're looking at this, you probably want to have a look at your Section 32 in your contract, see how much funds are in the maintenance fund, which
Sinky
is
fund?
or otherwise known as the sinking fund. And so that's what your owner's corp levy or raise every single year to go towards the long-term maintenance of the building, just to make sure there's enough in there because there may be some maintenance stuff that you got to do.
But you don't have lifts by the look of it, so that's a great
That's
thing.
actually a really good point, Marcus. Also, too, you can see here that it's got that common entry, I think, from the front for the car park.
Oh, and it slopes. I see how they've done it.
Yeah, so
not bad,
1,
Ben. Good
2,
size.
3. So I'm not sure. Maybe the ground there. That's
That's
I don't think it has a
basement, I
basement. It's just the basement's kind of at grade or at the same level.
Digs you into the land.
But I think apart from that, that's it. So Marcus, come on, show me number 2.
Oh, bang! That, Benjamin.
Bang!
Bang, bang. 208 of 140 Swan Street, Richmond.
Oh.
Do you like being in Richmond?
Richmond is a very hip suburb.
Would you prefer that to Cremorne?
Well, interesting point. We commented in last episode.
Cremorne is
Richmond.
in Richmond, basically.
But is Richmond Cremorne? Kind of. Cremorne's like a small precinct, but this one.
This
would
one's
this
in
one
Richmond,
count?
Swan Street.
Well,
no.
This
Oh, I guess it
kind
technically
of would
is.
count as Cremorne.
On the other side of Swan Street it wouldn't, but on this one, kind of is.
Because it's on the south side, right? So I would say this could argue as Cremorne. But
Well,
anyway,
Ben, we're in
keep
Cremorne,
going.
so 2 bed, 2 bath, 1 car, auction 1.15 to 1.25 million. Last sold in 2013 for 868k.
Okay.
Yes, split level apartment, Ben, or a townhouse? It's an apartment technically.
So what did it sell? Sorry, so it sells for about
868 in 2013, and
Okay,
now it's
10
asking
years ago.
1.25 mil.
So it's gone up what, $400,000?
Yeah.
It's 50% in of how many years? 10 years.
Yeah,
Okay, 5% a year. Not bad.
not bad. It's not as
For an
good
apartment,
size though.
not bad.
So split level apartment. I know the complex well. It's kind of right near like that other. It's apartment building. And it's right near the train station. There is like
It's near the Coles, I think.
the Coles is underneath it, directly underneath it. I'll tell you something about that in a minute. But I love the indoor-outdoor entertaining with stunning views of the city skyline. You can pull back those doors. You can open it up. Get that living space out to the terrace, Ben. Have your mates over. Have a bit of a barbecue. Whatever you like to do. And it's a good thing it faces away from the train line. It's a bit close, I think, to the train, but it faces away, which isn't too bad in terms of the main living area. But Benjamin, so you live on top of a Coles. You're literally right above a Coles. What happens? Or there's a laneway literally right next to you, which I believe trucks, deliveries are taken to the Coles from that.
So I guess when you've got a shopping centre at the bottom of your development, you do need to be conscious that there might be trucks delivering food and all the stuff.
At all hours. It
supermarkets.
could be 5 a.m. I've heard stories
Really? Okay.
in South Melbourne.
Okay. Well, no, I think there'd probably be certain restrictions, or that restrictions. But then again, sometimes they're just cheeky.
Rock
But hopefully, this one you're high enough that you might be able to avoid that a little bit.
You're not that high here.
What level are you?
I think you're on level 1.
Oh, there you go. 2. No. Also, is this the penthouse? Maybe not.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's nothing on top of you, but it's like a apartment, I
Great.
believe.
Love it. The penthouse.
Faces north, Ripper Dipper. The 2 bedrooms, the main bedrooms are huge, 4.1 by 3.7. Second bedroom is a little smaller. Could technically perhaps be a study, I think. They've put a study desk in there.
So would this be like a pad? then?
I call it a bachelor pad, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
So Ben, this study though, and the other bedroom, the windows aren't necessarily the largest.
They're not huge.
They don't have great outlook. But Ben, what do you think? Would you pay 1.25 million to be in Richmond at this impressive location?
Well, I'd be interested to see what that internal area is there.
Couldn't get that one for you.
By 1080, maybe 80 to 90 square meters. How much is a quote? So again, over $10,000 a square meter.
Yeah, Benjamin, you're exactly
There you
right.
go. Well, I think for someone that just loves that area, they love being in the hustle and the bustle of it, this might be attractive.
15k if it's 80.
Okay.
So can
I think it might be a little bit more than 80,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
never know because you do have that upstairs. Oh, no, the entry. So you enter and then you go upstairs to get to your apartment.
And they've got a little wine cellar at there, just
Love
wine,
it.
and it's a ripper-dipper. I think we need to move on, Ben, but
I
I
think
love
so
this
too as well.
location.
Anyway, number one,
Bing, bang, bong.
we're going from Richmond and we're going across to South Melbourne.
Yes.
This is 54 Raglan Street, South Melbourne. It is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 1-car house.
It is, Ben.
So now this one is actually gets maximum interest because it's in a really good
Tell
location.
me why.
I think this property itself, and you're talking about history, and South
Wow.
Melbourne has a very rich and varied history.
What's that history?
Is that this property here was actually originally built in the 1890s.
Oh, wow, Ben. You know what that means?
What?
It's nearly 140 years old.
Yeah, nearly, or approximately 130 years old. But this one here, so it's been quoted for $1.5 to $1.6 million. It last sold for $215,000 in 1992. So that's 31 years ago.
Wow.
Then it sold for $83,000 in 1983 and how much? $36,000 in 1975. So there's a lot of talk in the media at the moment that, the baby boomers had it easy in
Wow.
terms of when they bought their houses. Baby boomers, is that when they bought their houses? Okay, maybe a little bit before them. But anyway, if you bought this house for $36,000 in 1975, over the past 48 years, you have had, from 1975 to 2023, 4,344% uplift.
Now, Ben,
Otherwise known as 91% per year. 91% per annum increase in price on your
Wow.
house. Basically doubling every single year. But let's go to one more stage. When you buy a house, most people don't just pay cash straight away.
they don't pay
So
cash.
you've got to assume maybe the person
Loany.
at the time, they paid a quarter of what the property is worth. So then it is increased on your money. Bought this house, this is for the Property Palz finance episode, is that 200 to 300% increase on your money every single year. That's a good investment. Now, we are not financial planners, but come on, that sounds pretty good.
But
anyway,
how old would you be now?
you'd
would
be 48 years older.
Oh, well, yeah, if you could get a deposit at 48
If you're 20 years old and you
old.
bought that and then you're like 70 now, come on, 200 to 300% on your money.
Not
Anyway,
bad, good
let's talk
stories.
about the property because we're getting under 20 minutes. It's in South Melbourne, a pretty good area, 250 metres to South Melbourne Market, 200 metres to Albert Park. Clarendon Street's only 150 metres away. I think the Emerald Pub or something is only about the same thing there.
Yep.
What do you think of the design, Marcus?
Ben, I love the design. I actually really think it's been really well done. I've just got a quickie question for you. Do you like a quickie question?
I love quick questions.
Yes. So Ben, when you look at the layout, I do like the main bedroom. I think
Yeah.
it's really nice. Got an ensuite. There's a bedroom at the front, been really well renovated. But that middle bedroom, where's that window go? Do you know?
Ooh. Now, I think when you look at that middle bedroom, the way that the property's been designed, and you'd need to inspect
Internal?
to get this, no, it's got an upper level window which I think goes over the stairs. So
the
you still are
cheeky.
getting
That-
natural light.
That's
I'm not sure
internal.
if that's the one. But I think all the bedrooms are okay. But when I popped up the layout,
That is the one.
originally I was thinking, okay, this is perfect for a family of, maybe the parents or the parent and the 2 kids. But I think most kids maybe, do they want to sleep in the front room on the ground
Yeah, I
floor
would
facing
sleep.
the street?
It's a good old slidey door.
So I was thinking maybe it's more perfect for a family with 1 kid, then the home office downstairs. What's really attractive is it's got 3 bathrooms. So the master has an ensuite,
the
the
other one
other
does.
bedroom also has an ensuite, and then there's a bedroom downstairs for guests and also maybe the home office or the other bedroom which is downstairs
They're
too.
all decent size apart from the middle one. That little one.
It's okay, 3.8 by 2.8. It's a little bit skinny,
Yeah,
but it's
2.8
probably
too skinny
okay.
for me. But anyway.
But overall, north-facing backyard. I think it's right in the heart of it. You know, it's a pretty good property for 1.5 to 1.6. I'm not sure what the median house price is, but we'll pop it up here for South Melbourne. But that's our number one.
Off-street parking too at the back, as you might
not
have
bad,
seen the garage.
not bad.
Ben, which one would you choose to live in?
I would choose...
Personally?
I think probably South Melbourne. I think South Melbourne's a ripper.
I think this is a ripper dipper. I don't mind that one in Richmond too, but I do like South Melbourne. It's quaint.
Wow. Anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Tell everyone that you know about the podcast, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.